That's not working. Okay? Not. So let me get this right. Zander's the Pied Piper right now for Trayvon Walker. Him and Ed Kratz have put out this big old ass smoke signal there in Philly. Trayvon Walker! Trayvon Walker! We want you. Okay. That being said, who sits? Nolan or Jalix? Because you give a first-round draft choice up, son. You ain't putting that guy next to Aziza Ojalara and Joshua Ucha. That guy's starting. He's the better player. Who you sitting? So wait, here's the tea leaf message now. If you're Jalix Hunt, you're trying to upgrade the edge? You don't believe in me? Or what are we doing here? So which is it? Or can it be both? Heavens, not Big Sills flying through and weeding through all of the holy. Which is it? Do you believe in him or not? You want to get another edge? Or wait a minute. Or is this like a D roll to go along with the rest of the D moves? Where are we going here? To get clarity and to get an understanding, we go to only one guy. He is the co-host of Birds 365. And my friend, by the way, Super Chats go to the top. Battle Royale will happen at 4:30. He is our friend, Big J. Zander Krause.
What up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
8 days, my friend.
8 freaking days. I can hear it in the Big Sills voice.
Woo.
8 days away, man. I'm looking forward to that opener. I think we're gonna beat the shit out of Dallas and Philly.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
So let's start here. The Eagles will get out to a what start in the first 5 games, in your opinion?
Well, I think it'll start quick with a good win over Dallas, because I think the adrenaline and the high of that game is going to ride them, and the fan base and the crowd and all the hype around that. I think they're in a position nicely. Now, after that, I think you could see a little bit of learning and growing. I'm not going to say it's going to be, I'm not going to condemn it, but it might be a little ugly. I think that's part of growing, as a unit together. So I think 2 through 5 could be a little tough. I mean, the other thing I'll throw at you, Sills, is, are the Giants going to be as bad as we thought?
No.
And so we get them 6 and 8. So that pre-bye week. Now, I think we're going to beat the Giants, to be clear. I'm just saying, I don't think it's a walk in the park game.
No, they're going to be better because their front seven's better.
So I think you win that opening game and get off on the right foot. And then I'm not going to say we're going to lose, but I think we're going to have some growing pains, settling in. The defensive players are going to settle in. And I think that's what's going to happen from weeks 2 through 6, somewhere in there. And then I really expect post-bye week is when things should start to be clicking. You'll start to really know the identity of the football team by that point. Remember, we have a much later bye this year than we did last year. I believe it's week 9 this year. So I'm kind of thinking that's kind of the trajectory. I don't think they're going to lose a bunch of games because I think they have enough talent, but it's going to be some learning in there. There's no doubt.
I mean, you were 2-2 and you went on and won 14 ball games.
16-1 after that.
Absolutely. So again, I mean, the start doesn't mean and have any indication on what the finish is going to look like. So, So I hear you on that. All right, so let me get to a little of the comments that Howie made and Nick made yesterday. I went back and listened to that. So what's your takeaway when they said that they were going to make that Sam Howell move no matter what, whether the guy was injured or not? I posted that on my website and I said, gee, I wonder if they wanted more experience back there in case something went sideways there, because Tanner McKee is limited. I'm not saying they wouldn't put him out there, but you were going to make that move no matter what. Don't you think that's based on experience, that they wanted to have a guy in the conversation in there? Or why? I mean,
well, I don't think it's about.
Why are they making the move then? Because
I don't think it's about McKee's experience. I think it's about
he doesn't have any.
Yeah, well, he's got some. He played a couple games. I mean,
this guy started 25 ball games in North.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, he's more experienced for sure than McKee. I don't think it was about that, though. I think it was about the quarterback 3. I mean, both of them looked awful. And the Eagles aren't going to go in, especially with that new emergency quarterback rule, with a quarterback that they don't feel competent or at least somewhat good about an upside or a future or whatever in. And I don't think those other two guys showed it at all. I think Sam Howell could be had for cheap. They identified it and they brought him in. And I think, I do think the Eagles are right, or I do think they are what they say they are when it comes to the quarterback room. I mean, they want to keep it good. Now, they didn't like the way they phrased it, quarterback factory, because of the kind of the perspective that brought on. But I think at their core,
I dug the move, just so you know.
Well, I think at their core, they believe in having a good quarterback room, and even a quarterback 3 on a roster is still an important piece. Now, it's not to say they're going to trade a bunch to go and get it, but if there's an opportunity to upgrade there and they identify a player they like, I think they're going to make that moves most times. They're not going to hold on to late draft picks. And I have no issue with that. I don't think it was about Tanner McKee.
All right. Well, I think it was more that they wanted more experience.
I think that's an added benefit, isn't it?
It is. It is. And I'm not saying, Zander, if something happened, God forbid, to Jalen, that they would drop him over him. No, I think they would start him, but I think hedging your bets is a good thing at that position.
Yeah, they would definitely start Tanner, though. I think they really
would. I totally believe that they would.
Eagles just signed somebody, by the way, to their practice squad. Well, let me get the name.
Okay.
It's a running back. Audric Estime. Estime. Estime?
I don't know.
At running back for the practice squad. That leaves just one spot open for now on the practice squad. All right. So he was a former Bronco running back. He went to Notre Dame.
Okay. All right. I never heard of him at Notre Dame. But okay. I'm sure their talent guys are finding guys and scouring guys and looking for people. Running back? I think it's pretty deep with A.J. Dillon and Shipley and Barkley. I like the room. You want to? Okay, I guess so. All right.
Yeah, look at them Rays. Hell yes.
Of course. Don't even know who the fuck he is. Let me go here now. Let me ask you something about Howie yesterday.
It's a practice squad guy. Look at this. These guys are ripping this guy. It's a practice squad player. Relax.
Who cares? Who gives a shit? Hey. So yesterday, which was classic Howie. So this guy's hitting 850. He's hitting 850. Okay? Oh. I mean, he's killing it. Some guy goes, "Did you learn any lessons about Keely Ringo in that?" And he goes, "Excuse me, I don't understand the question." "Yeah, you fucking do. You know that you overestimate it." And then he goes, "We like ours." "No, you don't. Your actions don't show you like your corner room." I mean, why, Zander? I mean, his ego still, I get it. He's built it up. But, bro, you can't like that corner room.
Well, here's the thing, though. The corner room's interesting because they do have 2 really good corners, but they just don't have a second outside corner. Like Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, the top 2 corners on the Eagles are better than the top 2 corners on a lot of teams. Not every team, but a lot of teams.
But that slot corner's not a traditional outside guy.
Well, and what did you just say a couple minutes ago?
Completely different technique.
He's about to get paid 30 plus, baby.
Oh, he is going to get paid after Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, it's valuable.
Oh, completely. So, not after Kyle Hamilton. Well, Kyle Hamilton is a safety. But
he is. I'm just saying.
The safety and the slot are the same. I got it.
Hey, Cooper could be playing some safety this year.
I think he will be.
Exactly. Let's see how that plays out. So
doesn't that make more sense to put him at safety and put Mac McWilliams at the slot? I'd rather have him in the middle of the field like that out there and being a Kyle Hamilton. Don't you think if the Ravens thought that Kyle Hamilton's value was in the slot, they'd have him there? He's the highest. Dude, he's one of the highest paid secondary guys in all the NFL right now, not just corners. He's making $30 million. This guy's making more than fucking Stingley. I mean, that's a lot of money for a safety.
We got an expensive defense coming up. With all that being said, I'd still like to add Trayvon Walker.
And to go along with what Zander says all the time, I want to win fucking right now.
Yes.
I don't want to talk about 26, 27. I want to win right now.
Exactly, Sills. Well, I can't see how anybody could convince me to not think like that. You got a 27-year-old quarterback. A.J. Brown's 28 years old. Devontae Smith is 26. Look at Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Jordan Mailata, Saquon Barkley's in his prime. Dude, I'm telling you right now, we're going to look at 28 if we didn't capitalize and say, shit, if we only took advantage of that window slightly more. This is the time to go in, man. I know you got to think about the future, but we got a rare opportunity with how good this team is right now and how young they are.
Is that in the next 3 years, you're going to win another one. So I heard you say something. And I
better get an edge rusher.
What?
Better get an edge rusher if they're going to win one in the next 3.
Well, Jalix Hunt then goes to the second team.
Well,
No, I'm asking.
Well, hear me out. I mean, last year, look at how good Brandon Graham was early in the third role, and look at how good Nolan was in the third role, and then they all elevate. Like I think
I think that's his role.
That's what I mean. Like I think the third edge rusher is going to get a lot of reps. So if that's Jalix, I think you're looking really good.
Okay, well here, all right. So they want him in that rotation role.
I didn't say they want him in that.
That's a you thing. That's
a me thing.
That's a Zander thing.
Well, I think this, and I said this yesterday or one of the other days on the show. I think most Eagles fans, and I can't speak for everybody, I'm just going to speak for myself, but I will speculate that most Eagles fans will look at Jalix Hunt and Nolan Smith and feel good about the players that they are and who the players they're becoming and what they're growing into, the potential that both of them have. But they would also probably say, if given the opportunity to make Nolan a number 2 and Jalix a number 3 with a better number 1, I think most would take that opportunity to do it because you're probably better suited with Nolan as a 2. I think Nolan's better as a 2 than he is as a 1. Could he be a 1 in the future and be a damn good one? Yes. In the year 2025, when I'm trying to go and repeat, I feel a little bit better with him as a 2. That's all. Again, I'm not trying to slight the player. I think the player's got a great upside, but I think adding a number 1 edge rusher would completely change. I think it would give us one of the best defensive lines in all of football.
You think that Nolan Smith's going to have a better career than Hassan Reddick? Hassan Reddick has had, till last year, 5 straight years of over 11 sacks.
Probably
the only other player to do that was Myles Garrett.
Is that my internet cutting out or is it your internet cutting out?
I don't have anything cutting out here.
All right. Nope. It must be me. I think that'd be a tough ask for Nolan Smith to have a better career than Hassan. I mean, it's possible, but the reason I say no is because I don't know how long Nolan's going to hold up. Yeah. That's what I'm worried about. Like, is he a guy that can play late into his 30s? I don't know. I mean, he's got knee problems. He's got shoulder problems. He's got also, and I'm like, that's my worry with that is how long does it go? But I think he's going to be good when he reaches his peak. You know
why your Trayvon Walker deal makes sense? Because you send Jalix Hunt to the second rotation piece, and Zander, you're protecting yourself for Smith's injury. That if he does get hurt,
right,
you elevate Jalix Hunt.
Wait, hear me out.
You know what? Your deal's making more sense.
Well, hear me out. Trayvon Walker, Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt. Ready? Jalen Carter, Moro Ajomo, Jordan Davis.
Fabulous.
Dude, that's a nasty front.
Fabulous.
That's a nasty defensive front.
You could possibly cover like you did with Bradbury in 22.
Exactly.
Cover the corner over there.
You're going to get pressure on the quarterback from Trayvon.
Jimmy might be all pro.
Dude, I'm telling you, that is I would feel so good about our corner 2 and our safety if we had that, because that's the best way to mitigate a guy, especially, here's the thing.
You did it in 22 with Bradbury.
You don't just have a player out there. Maybe if you have a Dory out there, he's kind of is what he is. But for a player like Makuba, for example, a guy who's going to be getting his feet wet, learning how to play the game, learning how to get acclimated to the NFL, that's the best case scenario. That's the best way to have a guy out there, learn how to play, and have a little bit of, a safety net of, hey, if I do get beat or if I am out of position on one play, I probably have Trayvon Walker coming around the edge, getting to the quarterback. That's in my opinion, that would make a bigger impact on this team than signing a good cornerback number 2.
You're walking me into this thing, and I'm there. I'm there with it. I like it. I mean, but again, I turn around and go, why would the Jags do that? Now,
Well,
I
think
know
that's
why.
fair.
They do need draft picks because of what happened a year ago. I get it.
Trayvon's the guy we focused on, and I don't know if there's another guy out there like that. There's probably not, but I don't know. Sills, you tell me. Why didn't they give him an extension? They picked up the fifth-year option because they're on the pot, just like you said with us with Jordan Davis. Dude, you're still on the fence.
Yeah.
If you weren't on the fence, you'd have paid him.
That's right.
And you're right. Well,
You're
they did the same thing with Trayvon Walker, a guy who's 24 years old. Dude, he's like 6 months older than Jalen Hunt.
I know. That's
Mike
crazy.
Gill brought that up today. I was like, wow.
He is a young, good-looking
He's got
football
two double-digit sack years, and everybody's
But then again, Zander,
Hutchinson.
you got to remember something about the Jags. The Jags are not known for doing the right things.
That's what I'm saying. Well, you're asking why would they get rid of him?
No.
Well,
Okay.
I got some hope that they're dumb,
Bro,
or it's just a new regime. So
I'm going to hook you up on something. That 18 new players on your team, it's normal.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, I know that.
I mean, you got a couple guys on your roster right now that are. How many guys are UDFAs? Reed, this kid Darius Cooper. That the Bucks would you be? The Bucks I found out today. The Bucks have 18 new players.
Yeah,
they got 4 UDFAs.
I knew that was normal, but again, as we talked about yesterday, when you reach the mountaintop, your fall is inevitably bigger because you went higher.
That's
so
right.
Bucks lose 18 players and they go from here to here, and everyone is like, whatever. Eagles might end up at the same spot, but because they fell from the mountaintop, everyone's like, holy shit. And I think that's actually fair because you are a team that has those type of aspirations.
The question again is going to be how much of the Eagles backed up. That's just the only thing on the table this year.
Well,
you didn't ascend.
It's not.
You're hoping for player development to have kicked in.
And the problem with that is on paper, you might be able to say, hey, they've fallen back a lot, but we can't compare.
No, I'm not saying
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general, it's hard to compare where we are right now because we're comparing August 27th for the 2025 Eagles, comparing them to the pinnacle of the 2024 Eagles, which culminated in that Super Bowl domination. So, we can't compare the final product, the end product of the 2024 Eagles that was refined and improved and optimized as compared to 2025 Eagles who haven't played a game yet. On paper, they're worse, but let's see what they can develop into. You know what I mean? I think it's tough to compare the two.
I thought it was interesting when Howie said this yesterday. Yeah, no, man. I mean, the roster's far from complete right now.
Yeah,
he said far from complete. He goes, by the way, we still have the trading deadline. I'm like, bro, that's 7 months. That's like 4 months out. What are you talking about? That's 4 months out.
Well, because I know you're ragging on this a little bit, and I don't have a problem with you picking on it. But in all seriousness, do you think this is just kind of life as a dominating team?
No, life.
You know what I mean? We better get good at this. And we better get used to them having to do it because when you go and win Super Bowls and when you draft players, I mean, look at our 22 draft right now. That thing looks insane. We have 6 starters in that thing. When you draft that good, dude, you better get ready for people to walk out the door, people to sign contracts somewhere else, and you not be able to pay everybody and have roster crunches.
Hey, I'm convinced it's the words I use because I am like this. Wait a second here. The league is set up for you not to win.
Well, that's because they like parity.
Well, that's because the Bucks have 18 different guys.
I don't get what Deshae says those means there. Life as an arrogant team. I mean, Deshae, they won. What do you mean arrogant?
Bro, confidence and arrogance, I think they're just a couple syllables away from one another. I think that's okay. I mean, look, you have confidence. Usually most of the people that are confident are arrogant. I mean, look, I don't have a problem with people being arrogant. Because and when you back it up and you win, I mean, I call it confidence. It's not overconfident. So I don't know, man. I mean, but when he said that, he goes like, okay, so where are we going then? We still have a big deal coming? You think there's a trade coming? Now, I think this Christian McCollum, bro, him being whacked off the roster, I mean, I don't know if that's Justin Simmons. I don't know if that's something, but I know Vic liked him. And then they got rid of Trevor Keegan.
Those don't make me excited, man.
Hold on. Don't make me either. And plus, it's an indictment a little bit of what you have. So Keegan gets knocked off the roster. Correct me if I'm wrong. He gets knocked off the roster and waived. And you also get Tristan McCullum getting waived. Hopefully, they're going to probably try to bring him back. Maybe they're keeping that final open spot on the practice squad for him. What move are they making?
Well,
safety, corner, edge, O-line?
I mean, you know what I want. I just
No, I'm asking you, what do you think they want? What are they eyeballing?
Well, I mean, I think there's a lot of different ways they could go. I mean, a lot of offensive moves so far, so I would presume they'll go deep.
O-line?
Nah, I'm not going to go online.
Hey, how about what's up with the 5'10" center that they ended up?
I don't even know who Pumper was talking about. Who's he talking about?
I guess the Eagles signed a 5'10" center from the Rams, and they stuck him on the practice squad. Now, I would say this to you, dude. To me, you know what that's a sign of? They're looking at Landon Dickerson's injury and Cam's injury, and they're hedging their bets on that. They're not moving Landon back over to center. They got to keep that guy upright, man, with his knee injury.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
1 second.
Got you, man.
No, you're good. I just had to. I don't know. I mean, look, there's a lot of different ways.
You guys multitask more than any head coach I know. I'm talking about you. Go ahead. Let me hear you. You probably had to take the trash out. I know why, but go ahead. I'm kidding.
No. I think edge is where they're going to go. It's where they need to go. And if you're Vic Fangio and there's any leverage you have and you walk into that office and say, I gave you the #1 defense in football last year, all right, you're going to give up your first-round draft pick for Trayvon Walker, and we're going to call it a fucking day, all right? I'll see you September 4th. That's what I would say. Now, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they probably go to a marginal edge rusher and maybe a second. Where are they going to trade in secondary? Like, I was thinking about this, and I'm with all the Eagles fans who say to do it. Like, I understand why they're saying that, but they're not going to trade for another cornerback, dude. They're not. John's right. They already traded for Jacorian Bennett. They're not gonna keep trading for corners. They already have all these guys with upside. They're going to put them through the process that Cooper and Quignon went through last year and hope that one of those two guys gets better each game. And by week 8, week 9, week 10, they're a very viable, good player. They're not going to trade for a corner.
Where's Vic in all this?
I just told you.
How come the only guy I hear in this is Howie? Where the fuck is Vic in this?
Haven't you ever heard Philly 500 say it's Howie vision? All right. Oh. We live in Howie vision, Sills. We don't have a say here. This is not up to us. Okay. Nobody has a say outside of the one, the only Howie Roseman. But I can live with that because he's done a damn good job assembling this roster. And, many people could have said they didn't give Vic enough talent last year and they made it work. Maybe Howie's got an idea of what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. Now, doesn't mean he's perfect. Doesn't mean he's going to get it all right. Doesn't mean every year is going to go great. But
I think he's hitting 800.
My one worry with Howie right now is an overcorrection from learning from 22 and 2018. And did you go too far from? Yeah. I don't want to bring anybody back, or I don't want to make the moves I made of signing the wrong people. To now you've almost gone too conservative, too passive, and you didn't make the move.
Focused on 26 and 27. That's what he's not wrong in theory. That's why he can back it up going, wait a minute. And you said it the other day. Look at my 3 years. My low is 11. My high is a Super Bowl. Okay? So you get that equity.
All right, so hear me out. This is my kind of commenter, all right? This is a guy who's listening, all right? R. Anthony checks in, and he says, they're going after Trayvon because Mac got heat for putting it out there, then deflected it this morning. And I'm going to give you the sequence of events what happened here, Sileo. All right?
Oh, I love this shit. You know me. Go ahead.
Oh, my goodness. So originally, when I first started asking John, all right, and we talked about this, he brought up Trayvon Walker's name. And that's where I'm like, whoa.
Head cracks too.
And then he brought up Arnold Ebiketie and all these different names. And I'm like, no, I like Trayvon Walker. And then when we're talking about it last night, John says, I already heard something down here at the NovaCare complex about me saying Trayvon Walker's name. And then when we talked about it this morning, and I asked both of our guests about Trayvon Walker, John doesn't want to really partake. John's being mum. I'm like, they're either not doing it,
or they're looking into it,
and they want John to shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's my kind of commenter right there, R. Anthony. He's listening, baby. Let's go, R. Anthony.
I just don't know why the Jags would do that.
Because they're stupid.
Hey, you know what? That's as simple as you can get. Sure.
Well, this is why, Sills. They're nowhere ready to win. Okay, nowhere close. They have already a great edge rusher. Trayvon Walker has not helped them win any games since he's been there. He's going to come with a $30 million price tag. They're already paying Josh Allen $30 million. He's one of the only few players on their teams they could recover a number one overall draft pick with.
That's right.
I mean,
you're not paying two. That's
sense.
why, Zander.
And remember, it's a new regime there. So they didn't draft Trayvon Walker.
You're not paying two edge rushers $30 million. There's no way.
Especially when you're not winning games. It'd be one thing to dominant defense.
Bro, get this. Myles Garrett making 40 has almost no impact on them winning the Super Bowl if you don't have the quarterback right.
And I mentioned this morning. And the Jags gave their first pick to Cleveland.
They did.
Yep. To go back to go and get
Travis Hunter.
Yep. So they're an aggressive team. And James Gladstone, or whatever his name is, did not draft Trayvon Walker. And again, as we talked about earlier in this segment, picking up a fifth-year option on a 24-year-old edge rusher that has double-digit sack seasons is done by nobody in football unless you're Jerry Jones or the Bengals. That's it. There's two exceptions. Jerry Jones, because he's a moron, and the Bengals because they're broke. That's it. Everybody else would have paid that guy. They picked up the fifth-year option. I think he's more available. Now, they might not be shopping him, but they're answering the phone. And a 1-3 is going out my door if I get him on the line. And I don't care about the 1 or the 3. Take them both. And if you need a 5 and a 7 too, fucking take them too. I don't give a shit.
First round pick is too low, especially if they win 5 ball games. You're picking
nobody else is offering them a first round pick right now. And Sills, hear me out. By the end of the season, if they want to trade him then, he's no longer worth a 1 to anybody because he's got 1 year left and he needs a massive contract. This is their opportunity.
They're going to send that kid.
John says he's going to be more stingy with his 1 though.
Yeah, he's not. I
better send Mark Holmes the link before he starts. Yeah.
Hey, I think you're dead on. I think you're dead. I think
Trayvon Walker. If we get Trayvon Walker, we are and we can survive injury wise. We have a really good shot at going and repeating. We really do. Completely changes the entire defense.
That's a really great addition, and it's a really great story, that Darius Cooper, isn't it?
Dude, it's awesome. I'm so pumped for the dude. I've always said on these shows, I'm a people dude first. I like the stories of the athletes and the people and all of those things. And no Senior Bowl invite, not invited to any of the things that they do to scout football players. Didn't go to D1 school. Didn't go to the combine. Undrafted. And not only, again, my favorite part of the story is actually not that, because you've heard that before. My favorite part of the story is that it's the Philadelphia Eagles is the team that he made, a team that had one of the deepest wide receiver rooms coming into the offseason before he emerged, and then traded for a second-round draft pick in John Mechie, and he still made the team. They added a second from a Mechie.
And how he cut a guy he doesn't like.
And how he cut a draft. By the way, did you see Anaya Smith?
Yeah, no.
He signed with another practice squad. So that means he got through waivers and didn't want to sign with the Birds. He got all pissed at how he released him. Yo, Anais, you're dead to me, Anais. Yeah. You're dead to me.
Who'd he sign with?
I think the Panthers.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
I think the Panthers.
Oh, my God.
You're dead to me, Anais. Yeah. You're dead to me.
Bro, I'm going to make a comment to you about one of your favorite football players, and I want you to tell me I'm wrong here on this. Here's what I look at Nolan Smith. I don't trust that player. I think his energy, his attitude, all of it are phenomenal. I think the guy's shown he can play. He rose from the dead. I thought he stunk. But, bro, I can't build an edge around him, man. I don't believe he's a 17-game player.
Well,
do you really believe that guy's going to get through 20 games if you go that far?
Well, I've always told people I try and be honest, and I feel good about the player when he's on the field. I feel like you do when it comes to, do I see him having a Brandon Graham, like maybe that's an extreme example, but a guy who plays a lot of years, is durable, holds up, is a guy that becomes a staple in your organization. It's hard for me to see that right now. I gotta be honest. It's hard for me to envision that right now with that player and some of the conditions that he has, some of the injuries he's had. Now, again, I think the player is developing nicely from a talent perspective and from an on-the-field perspective. I think everything looks pretty good there, but I don't know. I mean, look, let me see this year, because if he plays the whole year this year, I'm gonna start to feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, I am of the belief that just because you're injury prone at like one point in your career doesn't mean you will be forever. You know, that's not always true, but we'll see. If Nolan can survive this full year as the number one, if they didn't trade for Walker, I think that would be a good indication that he would be here to stay and would last a long time. Now, if he doesn't play 20 games or 17 games this year, I think you're going to see the Eagles ride the fence on him too, pick up the fifth-year option, not give him the full contract right away, extend that out as long as they can.
So how about Howie getting questioned about Kenyon Green and the Gardner Johnson deal, and voila, there's Kenyon Green on the practice squad. Voila, he just mysteriously just pops in there for a guy who had no preseason.
No, well, you get because
he did not look good. He did not look good.
No, he didn't look good. But this is a Jeff Stoutland run offensive line, and typically when he wants offensive linemen, now I'm not saying he wanted Kenyon, but I'm speculating that he wanted Kenyon. He gets what he wants, and they're gonna lean toward keeping offensive linemen. Same reason they put Cam Williams on the 53. He shouldn't have made the 53, but Howie's like, we want to develop offensive line, and we want to have guys ready if we need a swing tackle. We want to develop the next Fred Johnson. We want to develop guys in whatever role they become on this team. So I don't have a problem with it, but the only way the only way that Howie gets me to stop bashing him for the Gardner Johnson trade, because they couldn't handle his big ego. And I have no problem with his big ego. I actually like it. All right. The only way I forgive him for that is if they bring me Trayvon Walker. You bring me an edge rusher, I'm good. I will not give you any shit about Gardner Johnson again. But you got rid of an $8 million pretty good safety and have replaced them really with not so good of options right now. So we'll see what they become, but that's the only way I'm forgiving them. Kenyon Green, you're probably right, though. He probably put him on the P squad because he didn't want it to look like a total miss.
Who am I? Hang on. I'm going to play charades with you. Ready? Who am I? Oh, man. Shoulder hurts here, man.
What are you talking about, dude?
Hey, man, I'm a little hurt here, man. You got to come off the field here a little bit.
What are you crying about?
Andrew Makuba, dude. You fucking hurt again? You're fucking hurt again? The game's in 8 days, guy.
Dude.
Zander Krause wants to start you. Zander Krause wants to start you at safety, and he can't put you in because why? You can't stay healthy.
I'll tell you what. I won't have a single concern about those back end guys if they improve the front. Front's not good enough right now, Sills. Gonna make life hard on safeties.
Xander's going all in, pushing the chips, going fuck the secondary. Let's build.
No, the secondary has potential.
You're not wrong.
The secondary's got some potential.
It does.
It doesn't mean it's going to get there right away, but I think they do have an upside that Jacorian Bennett, when he was on the field last year, wasn't a bad corner. Now, I'm not saying he's going to develop into some superstar, but I think by week 8, he's going to be better in Vic's system than week 1. And if they have a better edge, he might be better by week 5 or week 6. And then he might have a higher ceiling because, as you pointed out, when you have a good edge rusher, when you have a good pass rush, James Bradbury makes all pros.
That's right. Okay. You had 4 guys that year, double digit. You had 70 sacks. The guy made the Pro Bowl. I'm with you, dude. I got it. All right, let's get to some of these super chats here, bro.
All right, let's do it. Wait, let me make sure 500. I'm a little bit of a disheveled mess today before the show. I was grinding, trying to work on some things, and
Had to mow lawn. I got it.
no lawn mowing for me. I actually have a great story. I should save for off the air about that. All right, me and you should kick that around, but
Poor
definitely not on the air. Let's go to the great, the one, the only Travon.
I like this guy, man.
He says any D trade will be welcomed to start or be up. DT and B ups is solid. All other D positions need starter or backup. One injury to a starter other than defensive tackle will be catastrophic. God forbid we get 2 injuries. I don't think he's wrong. Imagine, we just talked about Nolan. Imagine he goes down. Imagine Quinion goes down. Imagine a Carter or even an Ajomo or a Davis goes down.
How do you feel about Gabe Hall and Byron Young?
Byron Young, yeah.
Byron Young.
Good. I mean, they're depth pieces.
You feel as good as them, like you did a year ago with Booker and Ajomo?
Well, probably not that good. But, I mean, John has kind of told me that Byron Young has looked really good. I haven't seen him that much. So, I mean, look, maybe he can be for a 4th or 5th edge rusher. Maybe he can be pretty good.
Let me tell you something. The practice squad was made for these 2 dudes, and these 2 dudes have developed. I mean, they have. Even Howie even addressed them, too, by the way. He brought Byron Young up. So that's good. I knew Gabe Hall hadn't talked to some folks. I knew he was going to make that team.
Yeah, well, I'm happy that he made it. T-Bone, thank you for the $10 super chat, brother. Good to hear from you, my friend. Brian Bumper, you bums better get ready to see Jacory and Beignets rock a full back number. It's bleak.
Beignets. Jacory and Beignet.
Here we go. Bigger Than Sills says, cry, Mark, cry. He and Micah a perfect match. Wow, Holmes catching some strays here.
Yep, absolutely. He's going to catch a lot when he gets in here. I'll tell you that.
I wonder if Mark has heard your recent rants on the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm sure. What's not true?
I didn't say it wasn't true. I'm asking if he heard him and what his response will be. You were pretty tough on Micah Parsons. I was a little surprised.
I'll tell you one thing that Jason Cole told me. What do you make of this? Jason Cole told me this about Parsons and Jerry Jones. Do you think this is unfair? He goes, let me ask you something, Sills. If you had a guy that was going to play in front of you and he was going to make a business decision and you were going to put a guy in front of you and he was a lawyer and that lawyer would not be prepared to take you on in your heyday, right? I go, right. Well, why would you want Micah Parsons to sit in a room with a guy who's a contract expert and sit there and try to cut a $250 million deal with you? You're taking advantage of him, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, I could talk myself out of my entire contract or millions of dollars. So I did take Jason's side a little bit here going, why in the world would fucking Micah Parsons want to cut a deal with a contract expert like Jerry Jones? You
wouldn't. But at the end of the day, what I told you about his agent is still true. His agents handled it ridiculously.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be in there every day.
They put 2034 on the table today.
You know, I don't know. I'm a type of dude that if it's out there and being talked about, go and get it done. What is the agent? Why are you sitting back waiting for Jerry to call? You think you're going to win? Wait a second, though. You think you're going to win a pissing match with a $13 billion owner and Jerry Jones, a guy who's got a bigger ego than he knows what to do with? You're not winning that pissing match. Go and get me my contract. All right, I'm unfazed by your desires as an agent to win a pissing match. Go have the conversation, get the deal done. If the number was as close as Jerry said it was, the deal should be easy to get done.
It's 42.5 right now. It's higher than anybody, and plus the guarantees are higher. I don't know. Again, like you said, the more you get into a pissing match with him, the more you're going to fuel this thing to continue. You've got to end this now. Yeah. And get this, by the way, for the record, if Parsons starts sitting out games, Zander, he misses, what is it, $50,000 a week?
I don't know.
Are you really going to bail on that?
I'm not sure what it is. Here's Q. He says, Audric Estime to the practice squad.
Great.
We'll talk about him.
Great. Well,
Nathan checks in. What happens if Q gets hurt? What does Sills think?
Hey, if that guy gets hurt,
you're probably toast, right?
No, if Q gets hurt, you better be prepared to put Cooper DeJean out wide and take his role. Don't you think?
Daniel, your comment on Birds 365 the other day had me cracking up. I think it was yesterday or today's show. I forget which one. Here's Bigger says, I'm not saying that either, but the injuries problems are big.
Because you don't have the depth you have. Well, we don't know if you have the depth because we can't say that yet until we see it in action like we did a year ago. I didn't know you had the frickin' depth. We didn't know that. I didn't know Milt was going to be good. I didn't know Jomo would play well in a backup role. Nobody knew that shit, right?
Here's Hogan. Hollywood Hogan says he got hurt draft during the team final roster photos. Who's he talking about? Makuba?
Yeah.
This guy's a 49er fan, I think. He's down bad because his team sucks now too, and they just signed Brock Purdy. I'd rather have the TV show of Jerry Jones than have my team play Brock Purdy $60 million.
Boy, I'll tell you what, man. I thought it was quite interesting that the NFL players named Jared Goff the 15th best player in the National Football League. Wow, that was wild. What are you making that, Zander?
What do you mean? Jalen's a top 20 player in football. It's an amazing feat.
Oh, it is. He's 19th. I'm talking about the guy who's ranked higher. What do you make
for him? I mean, look, he's a more he's a more passer type of quarterback. He racked up a lot of stats in that Detroit offense, had 3 great receivers, had one of the best offensive coordinators in football last year. Let's see what he can do this year with a new corner. I do think Jared Goff had a great year, and honestly, I think he's pretty deserving of the rating. He's really turned his career, and you get traded away from the team that drafts you number 1 overall, and he's put together a good career in Detroit, so I give him a lot of credit.
How about this? He's taken 2 different teams to conference championship games.
Yeah, it's impressive, dude. No, 2 different. No, yeah, he didn't go to the Super Bowl.
He took the Lions. He took the Lions to the NFC Championship game, and he took the Rams and won it.
Yeah, well, he better have a better performance if he gets the Commanders in the playoffs.
Yeah, you can't shit the bed against Washington like that.
Fiddlesworth, he says, reel it back in still. Xander's not taking the bait. I really annihilated that bait.
Ain't no bait.
I just took that bait and shoved it
right no bait. Hey, ain't no bait when you hear this. I still got a lot of moves to do, and you're trying to force down Andrew Makuba to me. Holy shit. This guy's like balsa wood. You make airplanes out of balsa wood.
Oh
my God, this is gonna be
all right. Let me get at it. Wait, let me make sure we got all of our super chats. All right, we got them all. We got them all. All right, Sills, thank you, brother.
Did they name the practice squad?
Oh yeah, they did. You didn't get the full practice?
No,
squad?
I didn't get the full practice squad.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up.
All right. I didn't see the practice squad yet. I saw a few names.
We got some time.
Did they bring Kyle McCord back?
Yes.
Good. They gave up on him too soon.
I'm a St. Joe's prep guy, and I'm not even saying good to that one. That dude was.
Dude, you only give what? You only get 4 months with the guy? I mean, come on, man. Let's see what the guy can do. I think that's
all right. So one spot's open. All right, wait 1 second. Let me find the full list of practice squad members. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Linebacker Chance Campbell. Let me pull it up. Whoa, HKP with a $20 banger. Thank you, brother. He said, appreciate the coverage, Big Sills and Big Z. Much love, fellas. Love you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
The support of the channel goes a long way. Thank you, my friend. All right, here we go. This is it from Johnny Mac over on X. Let me load this thing up. I'll make it a little bigger if possible. All right. Chance Campbell, Elijah Cooks, Kenyon Green, EJ Jenkins, Brandon Johnson, who was a turnstile, was putrid in the preseason.
Patrick Johnson, way to go.
Yeah, he didn't get picked up in waivers. Cameron Latu, former Bama kid, actually. Terrace Marshall, McCord.
Good.
Perry Nickerson, I like. Colin Pierce is interesting. He's that Rutgers undrafted guy. APR, Antoine Powell-Ryland got back to the practice squad, so he didn't get picked up on waivers. Eli Ricks and Andre Sam. There you go. That's your practice squad.
Good to see.
And then they added that Audric Estime kid.
Yeah, good. We got a couple supers over here, Zander. Guys, thank you.
Yo, HKP, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Rocksteady says, what it do, chat? What up, Rocksteady? T-Bone says, here we go. The great, the legendary T-Bone. I am 100% against ever signing any player from the Cowboys. Why infest our team chemistry? Name one ex-Cowboy that ever played well for the Eagles. I can't think of one. I say no to any free agent or trade for a Cowboy player.
Why are you so against the Cowboy player?
It's hard to dispute them. Has there any been ever good ones? You remember when we signed DeMarco Murray?
Oh, man. Well, they ran the tread off that guy in Dallas. That's
yeah, and then we paid $50 million for it.
I mean, they ran the tread off that guy. I'm trying to think if you guys ever had a Cowboy on your football team that was worth a shit.
No.
I think you had an Nachos. So what do you think on the sidelines for the September 4th game Michael Parsons is going to be chomping down on? You think he's going to be eating a Philly cheesesteak?
I think Michael Parsons is on the field.
You think he's on the field?
I do.
Supposedly, like I said, there's supposed to be a deal on the table for 203.4.
He's on the field. I think he's
all
on
right,
the
Big
field.
T. I appreciate you, bro. All
right, brother. See you.
Gotcha. All right. I got to set this up right here. I've been going pretty knee deep. We have a couple Cowboy fans in here that come in here all the time, and I think they're plants. I think they're Russian plants. Like, you know how, like, you know, people like, you know, what they did with Trump. I think Mark Holmes has plants because these guys come in and they go, you wait, September 4th. You wait. And I'm like, wait a minute here. You wait. And so I say this to you. I go, wait for what? Is Michael Parsons going to be on the football field on September 4th? Now, this is what I'm hearing from Steven and Michael Irvin. Okay? This has got a lot to do with the agent. The agent has totally fucked this thing up. Now, you have to remember when you go with Jerry Jones. Let me give you a little insight. So when I had my contract with the Cowboys, albeit I think I was there from November of 1988 until 89 in September. I had my contract. Cowboy killers in. Holy cow. Okay, you calling Holmes a gardener?